Connor, thanks. Now 6:46, President Donald Trump announcing that his administration is preparing a 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum coming into this country. Obviously, big news. We're on top of this morning. Scripps News Group's Nathaniel Reed is live with us from Washington this morning. So what is the president planning with this as we're running down the latest proposal? Obviously, a big part of his foreign policy now.
Yeah, good morning, Blaine. And you hit the nail on the head there. The goal here from President Trump appears to be trying to extract certain benefits politically from other countries. And we saw that with his 25% proposed tariffs on Canada and Mexico. He's rolled those back temporarily for 30 days. Again, once he extracted certain requirements from those governments, namely from Canada and Mexico, sending additional troops to their southern and northern border, respectively, to try and, bolster, prevent illegal immigration, prevent the spread of fentanyl across the border. So again, Trump increasingly using tariffs to try and exert certain political pressure on different countries. The U.S. imports something like 79% of its aluminum from Canada, so that is an area there where he could be trying to exert political pressure, certainly to get something in return. Again, he wants to move a lot of that production stateside, so that could be a desire of his as well. But he also announced additional tariffs on another area, reciprocal tariffs, basically saying if you're a country that has tariffs on goods coming from the United States, we'll impose the exact same tariff on you. Take a listen.
I'll be announcing probably Tuesday or Wednesday at a news conference reciprocal tariffs, and very simply, it's if they charge us, we charge them. That's all.
When does it go into effect, sir?
Almost immediately, but I'll be announcing the details of it, highly detailed, and it'll be great for everybody, including the other countries. But if they are charging us 130% and we're charging them nothing, it's not going to stay that way.
And Blaine, just one example there. The U.S. currently, when it exports cars to the European Union, they charge a 10% tariff on American automobiles. The U.S. only charges a 2.5% tariff on automobiles, from Europe. So that is an area where there could be reciprocal tariffs as well. Again, a goal of that possible trade war to get other countries to lower their tariffs on U.S. goods, lest they face the same fate. So again, we'll be watching this really closely, and Trump increasingly willing in his second term to use tariffs as part of that all across the board negotiation strategy with other countries.
Obviously something to watch closely. Before we let you go, I want to ask about what's happening with Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency, as it's called. We know the courts have gotten involved now. Where does this stand this morning?
They have. Trump blasting the courts getting involved in the Department of Government Efficiency, basically saying that they should leave that to his administration to make those determinations about where government money is currently spent or cut. Again, Republicans in Congress largely on that same tune, saying that the courts should, be the ones to make those determinations, but also saying that maybe they should stay out of it. Now, you might remember what happened with USAID, the U.S. Agency for International Development. They were scheduled to be shuttered late last week. They're an organization that repeatedly has received money from Congress, been reaffirmed into law time and time again, and they had effectively a stay of execution with the judge ordering that they remain open while, again, this plays out in the courts.
All right, Nathaniel Reed live this morning from Scripps News Group in Washington. As always, thanks so much for your insight.